Hello to all of you, my lovely students in the 8th grade. How are you today? Welcome back to my English lessons. It's me, your English teacher, Iman Al-Jafari at Al Farouk Academy. In our lesson today, we are going to start with some activities that you have in your workbook, page 8, related to the tenses of simple present, simple past, present continuous, and past continuous. We are going also to do some activities in your workbook page 9 related to the future tense, okay? So please open your workbook page 8 and let's start with the first activity. Complete the sentences with the verbs in brackets. Use simple present or present continuous. As I told you before, we use simple present to talk about facts, okay, or regular actions, okay? We use present continuous to talk about actions that are happening now or at the moment of speaking, temporary action, أحداث مؤقتة, and future arrangements, okay? So let's start with the first sentence. Jack and Laura, their trip to New York. Here we have the verb enjoy. So it is a temporary action. We are talking about their visit to New York. So it is a temporary action. As I told you, أحداث مؤقتة. So with temporary action, we use excellent present continuous. So Jack and Laura are enjoying their trip to New York. Today, they souvenirs and gifts for their families, okay? So we are talking about action that is happening at the moment of speaking or now, today, okay? So we use excellent present continuous. So today, they are buying souvenirs and gifts for their families. Laura always lots of photos. We have the verb take. Always is adverb of frequency, okay? So with adverb of frequency like always, usually, sometime, we use simple present, okay? Because here we are talking about habits or routine. So Laura always excellent takes lots of photos. Jack, not the way to their hotel. Notice here we have the stative verb, remember. Okay, what do you mean by stative verb again? Stative verbs means verbs that aren't used in the continuous form. So you are going to use the simple present, okay, form of the verb, remember. So Jack is singular subject. We use doesn't remember the way to their hotel. Tomorrow morning, they, Professor Brown. Here we are talking about future arrangement. Tomorrow morning, okay? So with the future arrangement, we use excellent present continuous. So they are meeting. Jack and Laura not to leave in New York yet. So here we have another stative verb, which is want, okay? Give me another example of a stative verb. Excellent. We have like, love, remember, decide, want, okay? So all of these stative verbs are used in the present simple tense. So Jack and Laura don't, not doesn't, because the subject here is plural, don't want to live in New York. Tomorrow evening, here we have future arrangement. So we use excellent present continuous. They are going to the airport by taxi. They not forward to their long flight home. Again, we are talking about their visit to New York. So it is a temporary action. أحداث مؤقتة. With temporary action, we use excellent present continuous. So they aren't looking forward to their long flight home. Any question? Okay, let's start now with the second activity. Complete the sentences with the verbs in the box. Use the past simple or past continuous. Okay, we are going to use from the verbs in the box. Okay, in the holidays, Ross and his friends to New York. Okay, so we are talking about action happened and finished in the past, in the holidays. So Ross and his friend Instead of fly, you are going to use the simple past form of fly, which is flew to New York, okay? Professor Brown, for them, when their plane, okay, arrived. So here we have two actions in the past. One of them was long and the other was short, okay? So with the long action, we use excellent past continuous. Professor Brown was waiting for them. When their plane arrived, okay? When their plane arrived, the long action, Professor Brown was waiting for them, and the short action, the plane arrived. When they to their hotel, they very tired after their long journey. So we talk about action happened and finished in the past. Okay, notice here we have two short actions. We don't have long action. So when they got or arrived, you can use when they got or arrived to their hotel, they felt very tired after their long journey. Now, if I ask you, why didn't we use past continuous? I will ask you, do we have a long action here? No, we didn't have a long action. Both of them are short actions. Okay, so with short actions, we use excellent simple past. When they look out of their window to the next day, the sun shine brightly. Okay, here we have two actions, okay, in the past. The long action was interrupted by the short action. Where is the short action? Excellent. With when we use short action, which is when they looked out of their window, the sun was shining. While they were talking in Central Park, here we have with while, we use the past continuous long action. While they were talking in Central Park, it began or started to rain. Unfortunately, when it began to rain, they weren't wearing, okay, raincoats. Okay, so here we talk about actions continued for some time in the past. Okay, during their stay there, okay, we are talking about actions happened and finished in the past. When during their stay in New York, okay, so the action happened and finished, okay, so we are going to use simple past. They visited museums and they went to the theater. Holly not American food, but Jack ate. So Holly, excellent, didn't like, okay, American food, but Jack loved. My question to you, why didn't we use Holly wasn't liking? Excellent, because like is a stative verb, okay, so it isn't used in the continuous form. Why didn't we say Jack is loving? Excellent, because love is a stative verb, so we use love and like in the simple form, not in the continuous form. Exercise 3, write questions for the answers. Here they give you the answer and your turn to give them, excellent, the question, okay? You are going to write a question for these answers, okay? So let's start with the first one. The prize winner, okay, come from 8 different countries, okay? So where we use where to ask about the place, which is 8 different countries, okay? So here you are going to use, okay, where, do, does, or did. Notice here we have come, simple present tense, so you are going to use excellent. So where do the prize winner come, okay, come from? Again, where do the prize winner come from? So the correct answer will be, where do the prize winners come from? Again, why do we use, why do we use do in this question? Because with the prize winners, we have plural subject. With the plural subject, we use do, not does. Okay. Why didn't we use did? Because here we have come is a simple present, okay, tense, so we use do, not does, or did. Okay. To ask about a place which is 8 different countries, we use where. Number 2, no, they aren't spending 2 weeks in New York. Okay, so here we have yes or no question. To write a question, okay, we use excellent. Are they spending 2 weeks in New York? Okay, here you are going only to invert the subject and the helping verb. They are, to make a question, we use are they. They are going home the day after tomorrow. When, we use when to ask about time. Again, when, we use when to ask about time. So here, we are going to ask about the day after tomorrow. So the correct question will be, when are they going home? Again, when are they going home? Okay, here you are only need to put are before the subject. Okay, so when are they going home? 3, who is, we use who to ask about the person. They saw a famous film star, so we are going to ask about a famous film star. To ask about a famous film star, we can say who, does, do, or did. Excellent. We have the verb so. So is a simple past, okay, verb. So who did they see? Excellent. Who did they see in the department? The correct answer will be they saw a famous film star. Yes, Laura takes photo all the time. Okay, notice here we have yes or no question, and here we have the verb takes. Okay, so we are going to ask about simple present tense. We use excellent does. So does Laura take photos all the time? They were shopping yesterday afternoon. Okay, so what we use what to ask about? Excellent, to ask about shopping. Okay, so the correct question will be, what were they doing yesterday afternoon? What were they doing? They were shopping yesterday afternoon. Okay, any question? The next. Now, let's start with page 9. Number 1, complete the sentences with will and the verb in the box. Okay, again, we use will and be going to ask about future actions, okay, or to make a sentence to talk about future actions, okay. So, here we have the verb share, create, work, and stay. The students, a new international website. So here you are going to use will plus any verb from these in the box. So the correct answer will be, the students, excellent, will create a new international website. Number 2, when they get home, they in touch. They will, excellent, will stay or will keep in touch. Each team with another. Each team will, excellent, will work with another. All students, information about the 4 subject areas. All the students will share information about the 4 subject areas. Okay, any question? Again, we use will and we're going to talk about future actions. Okay, I will stop here today, but I have a homework to do in your spare time. The homework is in your workbook, exercise 2, page 9, okay? So please do this homework and copy the answer that I gave you in this lesson, okay? Thank you very much for listening to me.